South of Midnight as a game, I would say is an incredible game. But I would say it's an incredible game that has flaws. It's a flawed game. It's not flawless. There are a lot of things that are good. There are a lot of good things going for the game, and there are a lot of things that aren't where I would like them to be in terms of a game like South of Midnight. First things first, it's a platformer. It's an action platformer, and you know how I feel about platformers. It's very linear, which means it's very straightforward. You know you're getting a bite-sized game where you can finish in a weekend, which is everything I like about gaming now. I'm not into the I still like my open world games, but I'm always all in for a game that's meant to just give an experience. You're meant to get what you get from the game and move on. And South of Midnight is that type of game. It's also very similar to Canterbridge or Spirits because they both try to accomplish the exact same thing. Helping spirits move on to the next phase of life. Helping spirits deal with depression. Helping spirits deal with anger. Helping spirits accept loss and then moving on to, okay, the next cycle of life. With South of Midnight, one good thing, there are a couple of good things I can talk about this game. So let's start off with the first good thing. The music in this game slaps. I would recommend you play this game with headphones. If you're playing on an Xbox, make sure you connect your headphones to your controller. If you're playing on PC, play this with headphones. It is a headphone experience. The music, the sounds, the chimes. There are even certain points of the game where I'm like, okay, wait, this music sounds very similar to another game like Psychonauts 2. I'm pretty sure when you get to that part, you'll be like, oh wait, I know I've heard that tune from somewhere. I know I've heard something similar to that. You probably know what I'm referring to. Okay. Art style. I would say art style is probably this game's best strength. It is its biggest strength. However, there were points in time in the game whereby the art style I would consider to be an accessibility fail, especially when it came to chapter 5. That's probably going to be, I'm guessing it's a bug that happened because I don't know why everything was washed out, everything was too bright. But in terms of the art style, it just goes to show you how much lighting can do in a game like this. It shows you how much lighting really helps with making games look like, oh no, this is a state of the arts experience I'm going through. You know what I mean? Anyways, okay. So music, art style, incredible. The gameplay section of the game is where things kind of come into a miss. So it's primarily made up of 3 components in terms of gameplay: platforming, minor puzzle solving, and combat. It's repetitive, especially those 3 aspects. Especially the combat is very repetitive. So let's talk about the platforming first. The platforming in itself, when it works, could be a bit wonky at times, but when it works, there's certain parts in the game where platforming is like, oh yo, this is next level shit that I'm looking at right now. This is next level. Yo, I'm flying through, I'm jumping from wall to wall, the music is booming. It's like, yo, when Start of Midnight hits, I guarantee you guys, when it hits hard. Minor puzzle solving. Puzzle solving in this game is very minute. You don't really get that much puzzle solving. I mean, there are a couple of things like, okay, here, I need to get to this ledge. I can't jump to this ledge with double jump, so I need to find a platform I can use. Very minor puzzle solving. It's nothing to write home about. It's nothing to complain about. It's just there for the sake. And now with combat. Combat in this game is simple, and that's where it is. There's no depth to the combat. The combat is very basic. And I think making this game, and I think what the developers were doing with Compulsion Games trying to make this game, I think this game was going to be more focused on just a storytelling, platform-esque, art style, Caroline looking type of game, which is very similar to Canterbridge of Spirits, which is just, okay, Disney Pixar aesthetic, storytelling, platforming to a degree, and there's some combats. So they are very, in terms of like comparisons, I don't like comparing games every now and then, but I guess this is the industry we're in, so we have to compare. South of Midnight and Canterbridge of Spirits are essentially 2 games on the same side of the coin. I wouldn't say they're the exact same game, but I would say that on a scale of 1 to 10, they reach about a 7 in terms of similarities. So let's focus on South of Midnight. So the combat is where things kind of fall flat. It's, like I said, very simple. You do have skill trees. You do have unlocking upgrades, unlocking different movesets and stuff like that. But they don't really go far into what you can do. It's very surface level. I'm guessing this game is never meant to be for everyone because there are even options in this game, which is an option that you can actually skip, but you can skip cutscenes, you can skip fighting scenarios, you can skip boss fights. So in terms of what I think about this game, I think South of Midnight's a game everyone should try. I think South of Midnight's a game everyone should play. I know I've said a couple of things that haven't been the best thing to say about the game, but there have been a lot of good things about this game whereby people aren't really focusing on, and that has to do with the story elements. The story is a bit of a mixed bag as well. The overarching story is good, but I think it falls flat because it focuses on these characters, whereby if these were side quests or whatever, this would be a great side quest. The issue is it uses this side quest as main quest, but doesn't really have any connecting. There isn't any connection from one chapter to the next in terms of what you do. So you play as Hazel FLAWED, you're a weaver, you're helped to make spirits move on to the next phase of life. And the thing with that is, it's like different stories per chapter or for every 3 or 4 chapters. I'm pretty sure once you've gone through one phase of helping out someone, it's the exact same thing all over and over again. So it's very repetitive in that regards. But picture it like an anime whereby in every single episode of an anime, there's a problem, you find the solution to the problem, it's resolved, you never address that particular thing you faced in the previous episode, so you're moving on to the next episode. That's how this game actually plays out. There isn't any connection between, okay, you helped this guy from this chapter and he comes back in this chapter to help you out. That rarely exists. Maybe it only happened once, and then that was like a very light touch. But anyways, and all in all, I think South of Midnight is a game everyone should try. I think South of Midnight is a game everyone should play. I think South of Midnight is something, I keep on saying South of Midnight, especially as a black person, even though I'm not black American, even though I'm African, but I'm black at the same time, the stories do touch. And if you're really into stories that are authentic, stories that are real, I think you would enjoy South of Midnight. And it doesn't hurt that Hazel FLAWED as a character is very competent. I like her as a character. I really appreciate the storytelling. I really appreciate the voice acting, the authenticity of just the South, Louisiana. Just, it's very real and it feels very authentic, which I think this is why I really like this game. So without further ado, make sure you play the game. Make sure you try it out. It's on Game Pass. It's literally a weekend. You can literally spend a weekend on this game, play it, move on to the next. I'm like, you know what? Senzu was right about this game. So what do you guys think about the video? Leave in the comment section down below what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope to hear from you soon. I'm gonna see you in the next video, and peace out.